Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Looks like, oh, just a few people here. I know the time change is weird for those not in the US. Hey, Naverio. Hey, Acid Home and Paul Fly. Selba, Lakia, Kelly. Welcome all. We are going to do some puzzles today. We're going to start with this Marty Sears puzzle. That is Fog of War with pseudo cells, which I've done a pseudo puzzle before. Need to pull up the rules so I can see it for myself. Hey, Carl, and welcome, Daniel. Okay, so we have normal Sudoku rules, and then a bunch of, let's see, we have zipper lines, V's, and same difference lines, and then pseudo cells. And the value of a pseudo cell is the sum of its row number and its column number. So if this was a pseudo cell, it would be 11. And then we have zipper lines where, let's see, things equally distant along a line have the same sum, and they sum to whatever is in this cell. Now, I think, okay, this is going to have to be our pseudo cell. Yeah. Because we have to put a pseudo cell somewhere in this box. It's like there's one pseudo cell in every box, row, and column. We have to put a pseudo cell in this box, and if we don't put it here, it's going to blow up. Yeah, people in chat are saying it. If we don't put it here, it's going to, wherever else we put it is going to blow up this sum. And so it has to be here. This is a pseudo cell. And now every pair of things along here sums to 11, which means there can't be a 1 in any of these sums. So the 1 is in fact here. Now this is a V, and it's going to be a 2-3 pair. So this is a 1-4 pair, and we know the order. Oh, we get to do a 1 dance. I was so engrossed. Niveria, light blue lines are same difference lines. So adjacent pairs of digits along the same line have the same difference of each other as each other. And yes, Sayori points out that adding to 11, 2 goes with 9 and 3 goes with 8. And so we can put an 8-9 pair here for that and that. This sees every digit less than 5, and it continues on here. So Acid Helm is right. The smallest this can be is 5, but the biggest it can be, and Well, let's think about that. So if this was a pseudo cell, excuse me. No, if this was a pseudo cell, it would still have value 9. So the smallest this can be is 9. So yeah, that's got to be a 5. And this is 9 either by actual value or by pseudo cells. Well, Acid Hum, you happen to be right either. Let's see, is every digit, yeah. So what does it look like if we, I think we need a different color for not pseudo cell. So all of these are not pseudo cells. Hey, the Cogito and Doomdiad, welcome. Let's see, what color can not pseudo cells be? Green? Sure. Though then I'm going to maybe we should make this purple and not red. Wow. I am just absolutely destroying this. Purple. Okay, so let's catch up with so right, we know these aren't pseudo cells because that would make this thing in the middle too big. So those are green. This, oh, that's my problem. That's way too far over. Okay, much better. Oh, welcome, Storm Climber. Good to see you. Hey, Tom. Hey, Dorlier. Let's see. This is going to have value 9 no matter what. This has got to go back to 5, I think. Dorlier points out. I don't think it can be anything else. Oh, now that's interesting. Now, these are both 4 away from 5. They can only have the values 9. So in fact, this one has to be the 9. And this is a pseudo cell. This as a pseudo cell would be 7. So yeah. Yeah, this as a pseudo cell would be 9, and that's no good. Let's see, 5's going with a 6 and oh, 5 is just here. Sudoku. So 5 is here, so that makes this a 6. Thank you, Lakia and Garian. Yeah, this is 1 and the pseudo cell. The pseudo cell is going to be 7 or 8. Surely one of those doesn't work. Yeah. if the pseudo cell is 8, the difference is 7, and this is 3.5. So in fact, this is the pseudo cell, and this is the 1. Daniel, we already have a pseudo cell containing a 1. And each digit is a pseudo cell, is in a pseudo cell once. Let's see, this is a 4-6, not a 4-6 pair, a 4-7 pair to finish the box. People are saying this is 279, which is probably true. Oh, right. This has the value of this has the value of 7, so this has to be a 4. People are saying this has to be 279, which seems highly plausible, but just pencil mark it. Okay, the rest of this row, these digits, they can't be 1. They're going to have 2, 3, not 4, not 5, 6, not 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So 2 and 3 doesn't work. 3 and yep. 279 is the only thing that works. So that's the 9. This is 2, 7. That's an 8. That's a 9. That resolves this 2, 3 pair. 3 in the row has to go over here. Hey, Belzita. What's left in this row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 and 8 are all that's left in this row. See, this is some single digit sum for the box here. Oh, there's a circle here. I didn't see that. An 8 here would require a 1 and a 9, and that all doesn't work. So that's a 6. That's an 8. Thank you, Jim. Yeah, I totally... This center circle was very invisible. So now this has to be an 8 with a 2. That's the only way that works out. And last digit in the box is a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4. No, I don't think this can be a 1 partway along a... can it, though? No, I guess we could just go 5, 1, 5 with one of these. Ah, good point to Storm Climber is that one of these is a 6. And if we were to put it here, we would put a 2 here, so we can't do that. So that's 6, and that's 2. Great point, Storm Climber. No 2 there, no 3 there. No. This can still just be a 1 with one of these being a pseudo cell and the other one being a 5. Or does that break the rest of the line? Oh, we can write in this. That's a 3. So that's another... Wait, what did I do? No, 3 goes with 5. This is adding to 8, not 6. Okay. Now this 5, I think that really does rule out oh yes, this has a value of 2, not a value of 4. It's a good point. I think this really can't be a 1 now. Oh, well maybe, no, it really can't be a 1. A value of 6 can't be on a V, so Todd is correct. This is green. Oh, that's cute. If the pseudo were here, it would have a value of 4, so these would have to be a 1 and a 3, but that's impossible. So that is not pseudo. Pseudo is one of these. So pseudo here has value 3, here value 5, and here also value 5. We could go 7, 6 pseudo 4, 3. That seems plausible. Hey, Casey. Yeah, I don't think it works for this one to be pseudo. I was thinking about that, Jim. Because this would be 5. Then you go down to 4 or 3. Since 5 isn't available, you have to keep going down. And 2 also isn't available, so there's no way to make that work. So we either have a value of 5 here or a value of 3 here. Storm Climber says a value of 3 here doesn't work. So let's think about that. Need a 5. So if you increment by 1, you need a 5. If you increment by 2, you need a 5. This is all probably true. I'm just having a hard time proving it to myself. Yes. If this is a pseudo cell, it's a value of 3. And then you go to something, and you go here. Well, you couldn't go to a 4, so this would be a 3. And then you'd have to have a repeat somewhere. So this just doesn't work. So this is here, and it's a value of 5. And this can't be as low as 1. So, or 2. So the minimum this can be is 3. So do we have to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Yeah, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 would work if this 1 weren't in the column. So we have to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this, it's been pointed out, I forget who pointed it out, but it's been a while, that this has to be at least 8. Oh. Whoops. So this is 8 or 9. Let's see. We can do some greening. What is not in this box? We haven't put we haven't put a 1 in this box. Where does the 1 go in this box? It can only go here. So this is actually an 8-9 pair, and that's resolved because of this 8. Good point to Naverio. This 8, yeah, it can't be 1, 7, and it can't be 3, 5. So it is 2, 6, and we know the order, and that resolves this. Where do we look now? Is it here? This is something with at least 2 different ways of adding to it. What's left in this column? That's a good question. 1, 2, 3. We need a 4, 5, and a 9. Okay, well, this certainly can't be 4. And 5. This one would have to be 3. If it's 9, what would row 8, column 5 be? If it's 9, this would have to... this would be a 4 or 5. So it would have to be a 4. With that being a 5. Except that... Except there would be too many 4, 5, 9. So this actually can't be a 9. It is a 5. And that's going to have to go with a 4 and a 1 here. And that's a 3 and a 2. That's a 9. None of these are pseudo. Hi, Leah. Let's see. We pencil mark this row. 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we actually have a 7, 8, 9 triple. Yeah, and 6, 7, 8 left in this box. We do have a 7, 8 pair. If this were pseudo, these would have to be the same digit, so this is not pseudo. Okay, we're encouraged to pencil mark all of box 7, so let's do it, because it's triples. So I don't think this can be... Yeah, I don't think this can be a 7 because 3 is too far away. So that is a 4. So the difference on here is 1 or 2. So this has to be a 6, and the difference is 2, which resolves all of that. Now this had better be the pseudo cell to have a value of 10. Got a 7, 8 pair. That's a 6. Finish unsudoing row 8. Hey Sayori, I was watching somebody play Doki Doki Literature Club the other day, and wow, that's a messed up game. Seven, 8 pair. It's a 2, 6 pair. So if this wants to be a 2, this has to be a 4. Oh, unless I don't know. If this is pseudo, it has a value of 15, and that doesn't work, as these have to be the same parity. So I don't think this can be pseudo. Could it? Oh, if they're both pseudo. Right. If they're both pseudo, which they would be if this is pseudo, then that does work. Yeah, and if these are both pseudo, this can be anything. This difference is 1 or 2 here. So this can't be smaller than 6, but it can't be 6. So it's also 7, 8, 9, but it's not 9. I agree, Flinty. This is an excellent puzzle. Oh, but Sayori helpfully points out we have a 7, 8 pair. So that's a 9. That's not a 9. Now our difference is 1, and these are the same digit. Though this as pseudo would have the value 8, so it could still no, that doesn't work. If this was a pseudo cell, we've already had 8 in a pseudo cell, so it would be a 7. This would be an 8 by sudoku, but then you'd have 2 8s next to each other. No, then you can have another 8, and that would be okay. Difference could be 0. Yeah, Garian sees it. Where is row 2, column 7? In row 7. It's here. Ah, that's it. These are the same digits, so the difference is 0. Okay, so this has to be a pseudo cell with a value of 8, but an actual digit of 7. And these are both 8s, and that's how that works out. That's an 8, and it is not pseudo. So that is pseudo. 7, 7. So this has a value of 15. So this one can't be even. It has to be pseudo. Oh, let's see. We get these sorted out. These are green. That's green. So that's our last pseudo cell. We already have pseudo 6. So this is a 2. That's a 6. So we get that sorted out. And then I think it's sudoku. Let's mark. Let's see. Last pseudo cell. That's it. Yeah, we don't have 4 in a pseudo cell. That sorts it out. Oh, what a beautiful resolution, and what a beautiful puzzle. Yeah, I love that the disambiguator is what digit haven't we put in a pseudo cell. That was excellent. Very smooth. I've done, Stormclimber asked me if I've done the other puzzles in this series. Let's see, it was pseudo differences and pseudo science. Let's see. I know I've done at least one of them. Yeah, I've done pseudo differences. I haven't done pseudo science. Oh, let's see. Is pseudoscience in the bucket? It is. So, might get to it at some point. All right. What? Glob, it did do something. Once we knew this had to be a pseudo cell, that meant that this also had to be a pseudo cell. Let's see. I think we're gonna do Broken Triangles by Blackjack Fitz, because I tried a puzzle not too long ago with same rule, and really enjoyed it. So we're going to do it. We're going to do this. Let's see. Ping blackjack fits if I can find them. And let me update my stream description. Put the rules in there. And let's see. Yep, you can see all of that. Okay. So, yes, we have a given one. Yeah, I like the name sudoku. We have a given one in row 1, column 1, which means row 1 and column 1 can only have ones. So we get to place this many ones, which is 16 ones. And I think it counts for a dance. Okay. This is a 2-3 pair. Three, four, five, six, 7, 8. This is every digit from 1 to 8. Ah. Yeah, let's pencil mark. Five. This one can't be 4 or 5. This one can't be 4 or 5. So this is a 4-5 pair. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one can only be 2 or 3. This one can only be 2 or 3. We have 2 and 3. And so the only thing left is our 4, 5. So this is just 6 and 7. One, two, three, four. Sorry, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these can only be 2, 3. These are 4, 5. These are 6, 7, and that is 8. Do we also want to do an 8 dance? We can also do an 8 dance because that was more of a thing than the ones. Okay. Yeah, these are all from 1, 2, 3. Oh, but this one can't be a 1 because nothing can repeat in column 9. And this one can't be 1. I have no idea how Sven knows that. Yeah, we can probably color because these are different. Let's see, should we even give ones a color? Yeah, this can't be 2 or 3 because it would introduce a new digit to either the row or the column, and we can't have that. So that is 1. So these for sure are all and this, yeah, this can't be 4 or 5. This is also from 1, 2, 3. Let's see. This is pink, that's pink, that's pink, that's pink. But it can't be 2 or 3 for the same reason, points out Glob. So in fact, it is a 1. So, that's not what I meant to do. This is a 2, 3 pair, so we do get our coloring like that. Let's color our 4, 5s and our 6, 7s. So we only get one teal and purple in this. Oh, more 6, 7 coloring, right? That's red and that's orange. So either there's a 1 on this and 1 and teal are 1 and 2, or there's not a 1 on this and teal and purple are 3 and 4. Two, three, four. So we have all of our things. So we can't make this orange. We can't make this purple and we can't make this blue. We can't make this teal. So this is 1 again. So get to finish that. 2, 3, and now these need to be 4, 5 just by Renbon logic. So this can only be pink or blue. Would be interesting if there was a 1 here, because that would be the only repeat for row 8. But these could still be 3 and 4. I don't know, is there something we can do with that? Three, four. Uh, uh, let's see. Sayori says 9 in column 9, which uh doesn't go there, doesn't go there. If we give 8 a color, uh yeah, 9 doesn't go here. So 9 isn't on this renbon. So 9 is on this renbon. Okay, and what about here? 9's not there. It's not there. It's not there. So 9 is on this renbon in row 9 and in column 9. So 9 has to be down here. Yeah, so this renbon can't have a 2 on it. Hey, Blackjack Fitz, welcome. And 2 can't go. Two can't go on this renbon because you would have 2 and 3 here. So 2, in fact, is teal. Took Chad a while to convince me of that, but it is true. Now Since teal is 2, now this has to be a 1-2 pair. And the only way it works is if that's 1 and that's 2. And now row 8 has had its repeat. So all of these are distinct digits. Storm Climber, this can't be 3-4 because there's no 3 in this column. Let's see. Two in row 8. 2 in row 8 is not here. And 2 on this run one would necessitate a 3, but we can't have it. Yes, so 2 can only go here. And there's no 3 in this column, so that has to be a 1. Oh, wait. Glob is right. We don't have to put a 2 in this row. This row could just be missing a 2, and that would be fine. But what is it for the column, though? Oh, I guess it's either 1, 2, or 5, 6. Garion with a good point, though, that we can't have 8 on this Renbon without, or can we? These are 6, 7, 8. Well, 8 couldn't go here. Couldn't go here. It could go here. No, but then we'd end up repeating digits in the column, definitely. All right, so 8 is on this Renbon here, so it can't be over here. So the only place 8 can go in row 9 is here. I guess this is from 3, 4, 5. Ah, Laura has it. I was like, why can't this be 3, 7? But we've already had a 3 in this row, and we've had 2 1s. So we can't have any more repeats. And if this wanted to not be a 4, 6, or a 5. So these are all from 4, 5, 6. And somebody said that a long time ago, but I didn't see why it was true then. But I see now. Storm Climber wants to think about what these digits are and where they go in row 9. So one of them is the 8. We can't have a 1 or 2. So it's an 8 and a 3. And whatever this is. So 8 and 3 are here. So that's not 3. So this is blue. Oh, and then we look at this. So these are going to go exactly here. Okay. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7 left in the row, but these are going to form their own Renbon. So it's got 5 and 6 on it. So that's not 5 or 6. So I agree this is 4 or 7. Ah, yeah. So if this is 4, it's blue. Uh, but blue is this, and now how do we get a 4 onto this Renbon, which we need? And we can't. So in fact, that is 7 and it's red. Red is 7. Orange is 6. Now I do believe this has to be 1, 2 now. Hey, Logan. How's it going? So now we know this is a 456 Renbon. This is now 3 or 7, not 8. So this one's not 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, 6 isn't in this row. So in fact, this is purple, and purple is 4. And blue is 5. And this is an orange 6. This is now a pink 3. And what's left? These are 8 and 7. Oh, this can't repeat on this Renbon. So in fact, this is going to have to be 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's the 8. And that's 7. This one isn't 4. It's not. Whoops. Nope. This is not 4. And it's not 7. It's 5 or 6. Ah, yes, 9 is now excluded. I mean, I'm definitely hoping for these all to be 5s. One can't repeat on this Renbon for sure, because then 2 would also repeat, and that's too many repeats for the column. So this is 3 or 5 only. Yes, and 5, 6, and 7 definitely appear on this. And one of those digits is going to repeat down here. So the repeat. Ah, Neverio with a great point is that you need an 8 on this Renbon because otherwise there's no 8 and no 9, but we can only miss out on one digit. That's much better. So we can't get as low as 3 here. So that's a 5. Let's see, this is going to have to be a 6. Ah, yeah, no 3 in this column. That's true. Ah, so we do need a 9. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one's not 9. So this can't be 4 or 5, and this can't be 9. So this is 6 or 7, and this is 7 or 8. Ah, now there's only one place for 9. Because we can do some doku. So that's a 9. But we still get one more color in row 6. Ah, now there's only one place for 4 in the column. 4s are purple. So that's a 4. There's an insect on my computer. Can you all see that? Oh, he's on Zach now. Yeah, so this can't be a 6 now. That can't be a 4, so we do get that. Let's see. I guess naively this could be 6, 7, 8, or 9. And that probably does something with this Renbon. Certainly can't be 9. Right, there's no place for 4 on this Renbon, so it needs a 7, and it can only get a 7 here. So that is 7. So that must be an 8. That must be a 7. This So 6 or 9. No 7 there. Sorry, 6 or 8. My bad. Hi, Johnny. Row 7's duplicates. We've duplicated a 7 and duplicated a 1. So everything else has to be unique. So in particular, this can't be an 8. So this is a 5-6 pair. This Renban already has an 8, points out Paul Fly. So this is a 7. Oh, let's see. Yeah, this can't get as low as 3, so 4 and 6 are the only options for this. So this has 2 evens on it, so it needs an odd. And in row 5, again, we can't get as low as 3, so the only odd is 7. So there's no 4 on it. So that's a 6, and that's an 8. Yes, we've already had 5 and 6, but we still need another unique digit in column 7. So that can only be 4. And now these are all 5. And now these are both 6s. Yes, very nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need 2 more unique digits in this column. Two, three, four, 5. But this one has to appear in this row, but not this column. So it could be a 7, could be an 8, or a 3, or a 4. But this digit needs to already have appeared in this column. Right, if this is a 3-4 pair, we don't get any new digits in this row. So I see how 789 works. Row 6 has no 2. That's true. All right, these two cells have all. We already have all our digits in row 6. So 1, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. Obviously not 1. Now this can't be 3, 4 because there's no 2 or 5. Yeah, pencil marking it was the thing to do. Now this needs a 9 on it, and it can't get it in this column. So it needs a 9 here. And this is a 7-8 pair. Except we have no 7 in this column. So that's an 8, and that is a 7. Ooh, I loved that puzzle. That was fantastic. Oh, did Simon solve this? Or anyway, yeah, this is the second puzzle I've done with this rule set. Was the first one by you as well, Blackjack? This rule set has been called sudoku glob because you get to do some sudoku. Well, I really liked this, and I really liked the previous puzzle that I did with this rule set, which I think was also by Blackjack. Let me see. Let's see. Was that duplicates? I think it was duplicates. Was the other one I did. Anyway, awesome puzzle. I am going to I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in a few minutes with more puzzles. So see you shortly. Hey, I am back. Let us see what we have in the bucket. Hmm. Hey, trio. Let's see. Uh, okay. Think we're gonna try this puzzle by Jolly Rogers called Corners and Quads, which is very minimally clued. Hey, Codec. This may be mathy, we'll find out. So, in this puzzle, we have normal Sudoku rules. We divide the grid into non-overlapping square-shaped regions. So imagine this is a region. The sum of a square's 4 corner cells must be divisible by the number of cells that square contains. So if this were a region, then the sum of these 4 cells would be divisible by 16. So they'd have to be 16 or 32. Every cell must belong to a square, okay? And 1 by 1 squares are not allowed. And orthogonally adjacent cells that are separated by a region border must have the same odd-even parity. And then we have normal quads where digits in a circle must appear in at least one of the surrounding 4 cells. So these are 4, 5, 6, 8. These are 3, 6, 7, 9. These are 2, 3, 5, 7. Thanks for coming, Blackjack. Let's see. 2, 3. Let's see, what does this add to? 14, 9, 23. Yeah, I don't see why we couldn't have a 5 by 5 square. Would just say 4 particular cells are divisible by 25. Oh, Jaleb is doing complicated geometry stuff. Yeah, we know that these are all in a region with each other, so why am I selecting them all at once? So the regions definitely grow out from the corners, since the corner cells have to be in regions. Yes, Garion. Regions must be at least 2 by 2. It's right here. Every cell must belong to a square, and a 1 by 1 region is not valid. It's squares. Squares. So if a box just is a region, that means the sum of the 4 corner cells must be divisible by 9. But it could be like 27. Could even be 18. Caleb says it can't be 9. Well, yeah. It's 4 different digits, which are at least 10. Stormclimber, I hope we can deduce all the square sizes by the end of this puzzle. And it's true that every cell along a border of the grid joins with the cell just inside it. That's a good point to Stormclimber, because you do have to express 81 as this. Hang on. I yeah. Okay. Uh People are doing all kinds of math in the chat, and I'm just sort of watching agape. Uh, but I think there are enough different configurations that work that we can't just force everything from the beginning. Yeah, let's consider that rule. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Egbert. You said it before, but I didn't get it, but I now get it. If blue, if this blue is a 3 by 3, if we have this, uh then there's border here, but one of these four cells is a 2, but then it breaks the rule of being across the border from something with the same parity. So we don't do that. So this blue either ends here or it's at least 4 by 4. Oh, and if it's a 4 by 4, then the 6 has the same problem over here. So all we have to do is prove that this isn't a 5 by 5, which we probably can do. So if there's a 5 by 5, you've knocked out 25 cells. Uh, you have what, 66 cells, 56 cells left. Okay. I think I buy that 5 by 5 doesn't let you actually fit in things. Okay, so I think we actually have a done region here. Now, this cell has to be part of a square region, and it's not a 2 by 2 because these don't add up right. So all of these cells, at least, are in one region. And if we try to grow again, we run into the same problem with this. So, in fact, this is a finished region. And now this must be a 2 by 2. And now the only way we can fill this space is with a 3 by 3. Wait. Oh no. Oh no. I'm not right. We don't know that this is finished. Right. This is part of a square region. That's the point. Is that all of these at least are together. So this can actually only be a 2 by 2. That's much better. And now pink is 3 by 3. Thank you, chat. You saved me. And now orange, what do these add up to? 9 plus 16 is 25, which certainly isn't divisible by 4. So orange must grow to exactly this size and finish. Now this cell needs to be part of a region. And so this whole box is just a 3 by 3. I missed a border here. So that's a finished region. Now this must be a 3 by 3. Now green can't be 4 by 4. And if green is 3 by 3, we've isolated this. So this, in fact, no, green can't be 4 by 4. This quad breaks it. Five wouldn't have a friend. There's Jaleb, there's a parity rule. If you look here, orthogonally adjacent cells separated by a region border must be the same parity. So if there's a region border that goes through here, 5 doesn't have a parity friend. And green can't be 3 by 3 without isolating this. So green is just 2 by 2. And now there's another 2 by 2 here. How do we know it's not 4 2 by 2s? Because there still has to be a 5 in here. And wherever it went, that would break. Nice. So we have divided our grid. Puzzle solved, GG. Okay, 4, 6, and 8. Yeah, so there are 3 odds gone, so not all of these can be odds. So there is a 2 to find an even partner across the way. That is a good point to Sayori. Yeah. I wonder if I should take away the box colors, the region colors, and instead do odd even coloring on the puzzle and just use the green outlines for the boxes. Does that seem like a good plan? Yeah, so these we know for sure are even. Hitrio says give in and do overlapping coloring. Row 1, columns 4 and 5. Yes, these are odd. Jaleb says these are all odd. Every quad clue has a 3, which points into box 6. Oh, wow. Yep, none of these can be a 3, which means one of these is a 3. And by borderage, that wraps completely around and makes all 4 of these odd. That's amazing. And well spotted. I am sure that's an intentional step. Yes, and that makes this odd as well. Which makes this odd. Kyle says columns 1 and 2 have a cute mod 4 thing going on. 90 is 2 mod 4. But these are 0 mod 4. And this is 1 mod 4, so this must be 1 mod 4. Okay. Row 6, 7, column 7 must be even, says Sayori. 6, 7, column 7 must be even. Using 4, 6, 8 in column 6. Ah, 4, 6, and 8 in column 6 have to go into these 4 cells, which means at least one of them goes in here, but that's going to do this whole thing and make all of these even. Nice spot. Oh, I see, Storm Climber. Yes, we'll do full odd even coloring and then the puzzle will be done. Row 7, 8, column 2 and 3. Must be odd. Oh, right. One of these. Oh, columns 2 and 3. I was looking at columns 1 and 2 and it didn't make sense. Right. One of these must be odd. Because otherwise we get 3 more evens. But by this arrangement, these are all odd. So these are also odd. So no 2, no 6. And I bet we can do something similar over here. Ah, these also odd. So both of these can't be odd. Row 9, column 6. Odd by the column. Ah, yes. Column 6 has all its evens here. So that's odd and that's odd. Oh, and in fact, we know these are 1, 3, and 7, points out Todd. So this is 5 or 9. Oh, and this box 8 has all of its odds. Remember, there's this sudoku thing. So these are even. Likewise, these have to be even. Otherwise, we have too many odds in box 7. So those are even, but that's all the evens for those. So these are all odd. So there's a 2 up here. But we need 2 more evens. So these are even. Not odd, even. So in fact, that's our 2, and we have a digit. Two dance. Woo! Wee! Woo! All right. Yes, 2 is in one of these cells. Ah, yes, this is not 3. 3's over here. Thank you, Laura. Ah, these are now odd. No 6 there. Kyle forgot to uncaps lock. Ah, where does... oh, where does 2 go in column 7? Oh, right. One of these is going to be an odd pair. The other one's an even pair. So 2 can't go in these cells. So in fact, 2 has to go here. Yeah, good point, J-Lub and Itrio. Sayori has pointed out a 4-6-8 triple. Um, hey, Michael, how are you doing? Jaleb says if row 4, 5, column 2, 3. Yes, these will all be the same color. If they're orange, we have too many oranges in box 4. That is true. So these are all blue. So these also blue. If this is odd, then we need 1 more odd in the column, but we're going to get two more. So then these would all be odd. So these are even. I now see Sayori's point. But we need to finish the column, so these all become orange. Now, to make this border work, these are blue and that's orange. Now these are orange, so that's not 2. That's 2, and that's even. These are now orange. Box 4 is done, so these are orange. So the 6 in this quad goes here. Wait, that could still be 6. Now these are orange. Stop? Did I break it? I'm fine. Right. Only one of these is even. So our 5 must be in here, not there. These are both even. But now in the row, everything else in the row is odd. So in particular, that is 5, and that's even. Ah, 486, that's 2. 4-8 pair, box 2, so that's a 6. Someday, Kyle, someday. One of these is even, so the rest have to be from 137. Yep, this is 5 or 9. Yeah, the math is to come. Kind of looking at Screaming Ice Cube's thing, and it's been mentioned before. So we know these add to 1 mod 4. Yeah, 2 is in one of these. So 2 is in one of these. These sum to 14. And we need to get to 0 mod 9. So like Garion says, these either sum to 4, which they can't do because that's even. Or 22, which they can't do because there are only 2 cells, or 13. So these 2 cells definitely sum to 13. So this one can't be as low as 4. So this is 6 or 8 only. 6 would go with a 7. Well, this one definitely isn't 2. 8 would go with a 5, so that doesn't work. So they are only 6 and 7. That's odd. These are even. That's a 2. That's a 2. That's odd. Yes, 4 and 8 are left. Six placed in box 1. These are odd. Otherwise, we have too many evens. So that's even. So that's odd. So these are even, and our coloring is done. JLib can't even. Coloring done twice. Yes, second coloring. Now we math. I like how we ended up with this 5-9 pair here. Okay, yeah, one of these is 6. And one of these is 6, so one of these is 6. Yeah, people are asking what the third coloring is. We'll find out. High-low coloring? I think Sayori's point is that this is the same as that, so it must be the same as this. Although, we already knew there was only 4-8 left. Yeah, we can say these are 2, 4, 8. Obviously, that's not the 2. 4, 6, 8. 4, 8. Right, this has to be an even sum, so these must add to 18. And these must add to 18. No, wait. Yes, because they're even and even. Oh. We have an X-wing on ones. Yeah. Emma points out, we have an X-wing on ones here, so that can't be one. It is a true X-wing. It is a proper X-wing on ones. Three now in box 9. Good. So we get our DD doots. One of these is 9. So we get all that business. Seven in box 2 is in row 1. Yes. Row 9, column 7. This is a 1579 quad, and this is a 1579 quad. So, in fact, these two are the same. But these quads actually knock 7 out of this. So these are 1. And now this must be a 1 by our X-wing. So these only add to 4. So these had better add to 14, I guess? Gets us there? So these must be 6 and 8. So we get all of that. That bounces all over the damn place. Wow. That got us a lot. Yes, that's a 4 now. Okay. These, oh wait, let's see. These add 3. So these had better add to 15. But what did we say about this? This has to add to something that's 1 mod 4. They don't sum to 5. They could sum to 9. If this is a 2. This is a 9. This could be a 4 to sum to 13. Or this could be an 8. No, that's... Oh, 7 plus 6 also works? Good grief. Useless. Ah, we get a 4 here by sudoku. These are 6 and 8. Now we have a 6-8 pair here. So that's actually 2 or 4 only. So it's 7 with a 2 or 9 with a 4. Yeah, this is 5 or 9 to make these add up, but really that's just what's left as well. Ah, we can place a 1 in box 4. Points out Sayori and Kyle, and then 1 in box 1 goes here. These add up to 6. So this is a 2 to get to 8 or a 6 to get to 12. Hey, Josh. This does see a 379 triple, so it's only so it's 1 because it's 1 or 5, but it's not 5. Ah, we have a 2, 4, 6 triple. Thank you. That's an 8. That's a 2. Jaleb's point. 8 in column 2. We did that. Ah, we can do this now, I think. No. Well, what about this? Hey, Marty. Enjoyed your puzzle earlier. 7, column 8. The 7. Ah, the 7's in the quads. Is this 7 in one of these cells? That's a 5. 7, 9 pair. 5 there. 9 somewhere here. Oh, so no 9 there. Ah, so now we have a 3, 5, 7 triple. So that's 9. That's 7. And now this needs to be a 2, I think we said. These added to 15, so that's 8. That's 2, 4, 6, 3. 6, 2, 4, 6. 8, 7. No 7's here. So that's a 7. No 7's here, so that's a 7. No 7 there. Oh, math on this square. So we have 6 and 7, that's 13. 5 gets us to 18, yes. Uh, 7 and 9 left in row 2. Let's see, these are 1 and 3, not 1 and 3. 3 and 5. That's 3 or 5. And that's 3 or 5 with the columns. So this is 9. So it gives us our 7 and our 9. Now that's a 5. And that is a 7. So that's a 7. Itrio points out, like, I'm barely looking at chat at this point, but we need to make this sum work. That's 1723. So 26 isn't right. So 5 for 28. You know, I'm glad the math wasn't like crazy. So let's mark and look at corners. Unless it just resolves without looking at corners, which I think it's going to. Oh, I really enjoyed that. All right. Well, I'm going to have to end stream there for today. I might try and do a bonus stream later this week. We'll see. I know the times are weird because of the US time change. But at the very least, we'll be back on Friday with a Zeta Math stream. So thank you all for coming. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for hitting the like button. And thank you to those who are able to support the stream financially. We really appreciate it. We couldn't do it without you. And thanks especially to those who support at the top level. Those are David Ratner, Nordy, Franco, Daniel Silverstone, Danita, Nell, and Plonk Time. Thanks everyone for coming. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.